Good morning. Please remain standing while I invite Jake Wilms, honorary member of the university, to sing "O Canada."
You may sit down, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the 104th Convocation of the University of Waterloo. The 104th Convocation. You know, the University of Waterloo is known for being creative and entrepreneurial. And it reminds me of the story of a businessman who walked into a New York City bank and asked the loans officer for a loan of $5,000. And the loans officer said, "Do you have some security?" And the businessman said, "Just outside, you can see my Rolls Royce parked. You can keep that as security." And they said, "Okay, we'll check it out." They checked that he owned the Rolls Royce. And they said, "Okay, we'll take it." They took it into the bank's parking lot and put it in and gave him the $5,000. 2 weeks after, the businessman came back, repaid the $5,000, and paid interest, which came to $15.41. The loans officer said, "We really appreciate your business. We thank you that you've done it, but we checked on you. And you really didn't need this loan. Why did you borrow $5,000 from us?" And the businessman said, "Where else in New York City can I park my car for 2 weeks for $15? Creativity is very important, and of course, University of Waterloo's got it in spades. So I welcome you again to this convocation. Here at Waterloo, each convocation is a celebration of the achievements of our graduates. And this afternoon, we celebrate with those graduates in the Faculty of Arts. On behalf of the Board of Governors and the Senate of the University, I'd like to express my congratulations and best wishes to all of those who graduate this morning. Please savor every minute of today's ceremony and the celebrations that follow within your circle of family and friends. Today is a rite of passage to an exciting future where you can apply your knowledge, share your expertise, or continue learning. I also welcome the families and guests of the graduating students. Your presence today is a tangible demonstration of your support and commitment to the success of our graduates. We will begin with the conferring of honorary degrees and titles on individuals who've distinguished themselves in the academy. We will confer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Finally, medals will be awarded to graduating students who have excelled in their studies. The proceedings will take less than 2 hours, and we ask that you remain in your place until convocation is adjourned and the academic procession has left the convocation hall. The ceremony blends certain age-old university rites and protocols with a spirit of informality which characterizes Waterloo. We trust that it will be an occasion to enjoy and an occasion to remember. Now, for you graduates, I offer you my congratulations. And as you move on from Waterloo, I challenge you. Take risks, be unconventional, but do not forget that honesty, integrity, and strength of character should be the driving force in all that you do. As an aside, when I was your age, I was introduced to a book by Napoleon Hill, and the title of the book was Think and Grow Rich, a wonderful book that studied successful stories of businessmen, doctors, politicians, scientists, and others. And the book analyzed the principles behind their success and explained it in very simple terms, concluding finally with the line, "What the mind can conceive, the mind can achieve. What the mind can conceive, the mind can achieve." So one day, when finally you've made your mark in this world, make sure that you give back to others less fortunate. After all, every one of us has benefited from the wisdom, advice, generosity of others that have helped us and shaped our careers. So let me end with a Chinese proverb, and it goes something like this. If you want happiness for an hour, take a nap. If you want happiness for a day, go fishing. If you want happiness for a year, inherit a fortune. But if you want happiness for a lifetime, go help somebody. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to this convocation, and we hope you will enjoy it. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Delbert Russell. Professor Russell received his doctorate from the University of Toronto in 1973 and went on to teach at Nipissing University before joining the Department of French Studies at the University of Waterloo in 1978, where he enjoyed a long and productive career. He has published major research contributions relating to the digital humanities, Anglo-Norman hagiography, medieval multilingual cultural theory and practices in England, and the works of Québécois writer Anne Hébert. Professor Russell is the founding member of the Margot Group. Established in 1989, the Margot Group analyzes and publishes French texts from the medieval and early modern periods with a focus on women writers, using software developed at Waterloo for computerization of the Oxford English Dictionary. His current major contribution is the publication of the lives of 13 medieval saints, which have never been published as a collection. Professor Russell participated in the organization of 3 major international Margot conferences and the publication of the resulting proceedings, the most recent of which was organized to honor his achievements and contributions. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding record of service to both the University of Waterloo and the academic community, I request that you bestow the title Distinguished Professor Emeritus upon Delbert Russell.
Mr. Chancellor, I present Paul Saucon. Paul Saucon received his PhD from the University of Toronto in 1974 and joined the University of Waterloo in 1973 as a lecturer, quickly moving through the ranks to become professor in 1997. He has published major contributions in the fields of French-Canadian literature, teaching French as a second language, and Jewish studies, and is considered the most acclaimed scholar of Gabriel Roy in English Canada. Professor Saucon was particularly sensitive to the practical problems encountered by students learning French as a second language. In 2002, he published a book of tips for advanced students and teachers titled The French They Never Taught You. Professor Saucon also made significant administrative contributions during his career at the University of Waterloo, serving as chair of the Department of French Studies from 1995 to 2001, and repeatedly as associate chair. He played key roles in establishing the Jewish Studies program and creating the Joseph and Wolf Leibovich Chair of Jewish Studies in 2001. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of excellent research contributions and outstanding record of service to the University of Waterloo, I request that you bestow the title Distinguished Professor Emeritus upon Paul Saucon.
Mr. Chancellor, I present John Ruggie. Professor Ruggie is one of the world's leading scholars of global governance. He received his PhD in political science from the University of California, Berkeley, and is currently the Berthold Weitz Professor in Human Rights and International Affairs at Harvard's Kennedy School of Government, and an affiliated professor in International Legal Studies at Harvard Law School. Professor Ruggie has made seminal contributions to the study of the post-1945 international economic order, as well as the role of transnational actors in global governance. He has also transformed our understandings of multilateralism and the history and significance of territoriality. He has been a pioneer in the development of constructivist approaches to the study of world politics. Professor Ruggie has also contributed in important ways to international policy making. He served as the United Nations Assistant Secretary General for Strategic Planning from 1997 to 2000, a post created specifically for him by then Secretary General Kofi Annan. His responsibilities included establishing and overseeing the United Nations Global Compact and proposing and gaining the General Assembly approval for the Millennium Development Goals. Since 2005, he has been the Secretary General's Special Representative for Business and Human Rights, tasked with proposing measures to strengthen human rights performance of the business sector around the world. Professor Ruggie has earned many top honors, including the International Studies Association Distinguished Scholar Award, a Guggenheim Fellowship, the American Political Science Association's Hubert Humphrey Award for Outstanding Public Service by a Political Scientist. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his outstanding contributions to the study and practice of global governance, I request that you confer the degree Doctor of Letters honoris causa upon John Ruggie. I now invite Dr. John Ruggie to address Convocation.
Thank you so much for this honor, and particularly the honor of allowing me to share this singular moment with you, and this honorary doctorate of letters. Wow, I hope it improves my spelling. I'd like to suggest, if I may, that the graduates give themselves a big round of applause for what they've achieved. Way to go, guys. Way to go. And when the ceremony is over, I want you to give big hugs to everyone who helped get you here. And I don't mean text messages, I mean hugs. Acknowledging your achievements brings back to my mind a scene from The Wizard of Oz. It's the one where the Scarecrow gets a brain. And the Scarecrow is very happy to get a brain. The wizard, haughty as always, says words to this effect. A brain. Anybody can have a brain. A brain is just a commodity. Where I come from, we have universities, great seats of learning, where people have deep thoughts. And they can do that because they have one thing that you don't have, Scarecrow, a diploma. And because I'm now the only obstacle between you and your official certification to have deep thoughts, I will be brief. The American humorist Art Buchwald once warned graduates in a ceremony like this, "Remember, we're handing you a perfect world, don't screw it up." Of course, Buchwald was joking in the face of ever-present bad news. But, you know, it is worth stepping back on an occasion like this for a moment to recognize some of the many ways in which the world, in fact, has become a better place. We have not experienced war among the great powers since 1945. One has to go back to the 19th century to find an equal duration. Even Cold Wars and proxy wars among them have ended. Although we're not there yet, we are inching closer to the principle that sovereignty should not be allowed to serve as a shield behind which leaders are given free rein to butcher their own people. An international criminal court exists for the first time in history, and it has indicted a sitting president. In the 1960s, experts were worried that by the end of the 20th century, there would be more than 24 nuclear weapon states. Today, thankfully, the actual number remains in the single digits. In the past 50 years, more people have been lifted out of abject poverty than in the previous 500 years, with China and India accounting for the largest improvements. Steady advances in medical sciences are increasing both the longevity and the quality of life. Global maternal and infant mortality rates, finally, are also declining significantly. The need to treat poor people in poor countries for HIV/AIDS triumphed over pharmaceutical companies, pricing, and patent structures. Countries have learned to operate a rules-based international trade system that has been an engine of growth and which settles disputes through adjudicative means, and one could go on. I'm not sure that rock music has improved much since the 1960s, but that's a different story. So looking back, those are some of the peaks that we've climbed, but looking forward, we see yet more lie ahead. You graduate into an era of greater economic uncertainty than at any time since the 1930s. Depending on choices our leaders are making as we speak, you may or may not have a better life than your parents. Everywhere we see widening gaps between the impact of economic forces and actors on the one hand, and the capacity of society to manage the adverse consequences. These gaps exist from the local level to the global. The 2008 financial sector meltdown and the current Eurozone crisis are cases in point, as is mounting resentment by communities against multinational corporations around the world. We are discovering that Arab Springs may take several seasons before blossoming, and that social media can be both friend and foe to their success. Perhaps the single biggest risk to life on the planet is the life of the planet itself. Our abusive practices cannot be sustained, and time is running short. So what can be done to address such challenges, and who will do it? We need, above all, a shift in vision. A common factor limiting effective responses to the most challenging, fundamental issues of the day is that they involve too much I and not enough we. I, the sovereign state. I, the short-term profit maximizer. I, the partisan for the one and only true ideology. I, the individual who owes nothing to society. But the 7 billion I's who populate the world today cannot, on their own, take us to where we need to go. The South African Bantu term Ubuntu expresses an alternative vision. I am what I am because of who we all are. Archbishop Desmond Tutu defined the terms as follows. A person with Ubuntu is open and available to others, affirming of others, does not feel threatened that others are able and good, based from a proper self-assurance that comes from knowing that he or she belongs in a greater whole and is diminished when others are humiliated and diminished when others are tortured or oppressed. Every academic discipline can and must contribute to winning the future. But I believe that you, as graduates of the Faculty of Arts, are uniquely positioned to help lead the way. You have engaged in critical thinking about cause and effect, about facts and values. You have developed the ability to see things from different perspectives, to put yourselves in the shoes of others. You have been inspired by the poet's dreams and saddened by the victim's pain. You have a sense of history and its gyrations. You understand the power of norms, not only the norms of power. What we ask from you now is the commitment to act on what you know. It matters little whether that commitment is expressed in your family, your community, in a business enterprise, a civil society group, or a position of national or international leadership. It matters little because there is no single Archimedean point from which to leverage such historic change. It has to be a shared and distributed effort across all walks of life, but united in the service of a common vision. My friends, the me generation has had its day. Make way for the we generation. And to make sure that we succeed in this noble endeavor, as you walk out of here today, be sure you rub Porcelino's nose. Congratulations to you all, and thank you, and Godspeed.
I would like to share my congratulations to Professors Russell and Sakin for all the fabulous work that they've done at our institution for a long time. And I would like to welcome Professor Ruggie into our alumni family. And you may have noticed that we've given out 1 degree so far today. And to move forward to be able to give out a few more, Mr. Chancellor, I present those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm new at this. Could the graduates please rise? We'll try this again. I'll have this down by next year. Mr. Chancellor, I represent those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of the University that they may be admitted to their various and several degrees.
I wish you the authority vested in me and in the university. I hereby admit you to your various and several degrees of all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereto appertaining.
You may be seated. I got that part right. Okay, I would like to invite Alina Vandervoort to come forward and deliver the valedictory address.
Well, I didn't trip, so the hard part's over. Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is my privilege to address you today as valedictorian. Could it be that moment of dread when, after wandering around Dana Porter Library for 20 minutes, you of course pick the study corral that doesn't have a working light bulb? Or maybe it's that feeling of inspiration that pushes you to finish reading that last chapter or write that last sentence of your essay when you look up in that same study corral only to find the sage wisdom and expressions carved into the tired wood, courtesy of Donna of 94 or Bill of 86. It's for the moments you stop and pause, even just for a second, to admire our perfect view of the sun setting over the colleges from the Art Squad. It's that lady that calls you hun in the Tim Hortons at South Campus Hall when she hands you your morning coffee. It's getting lost in the past building in first year and being able to laugh about still getting lost in the past building in fourth year. And maybe it's being both secretly proud and amused at the idea that none of the other faculties can actually figure out what we do in our distant corner of the university. So I ask you today, what is a Waterloo Arts experience? Each generation of Waterloo Arts graduates have had very different experiences, and the class of 2012 is no different. This year marks the 52nd anniversary of the Faculty of Arts. I would like to share with you how far we've come since the days of the first arts graduates. In 1961, the faculty awarded its first undergraduate degrees to a grand total of 11 students. Those 11 degrees were awarded in the disciplines of Latin, philosophy, history, psychology, and math. The 60s would bring the largest construction boom in this institution's history, giving us, for better or for worse, the Modern Languages Building, Dana Porter Library, and Arts Lecture Hall. Today, the University of Waterloo offers over 30 major areas of study and is the largest faculty at the university with over 5,000 students that have a seemingly markedly different experience than our peers did over 50 years ago. Today, we are the generation of Facebook, Twitter, and a plethora of social media that we use to distract ourselves and procrastinate with. Articles are available online, and essays and assignments better be in Times New Roman, double-spaced on white paper, instead of your best cursive, neatly written on lined paper. We know the professor pretends not to see us texting, just as we pretend we're being discreet about it. We have to deposit our assignments about that YouTube video we watched in class in our online course Dropbox. And thanks to Primo and Trellis, that Dewey Decimal System is just a little easier to navigate. But believe it or not, our Waterloo Arts experience has many things in common with those first graduating classes of Waterloo art students in the 1960s. The class of 2012 has witnessed the second largest construction boom since the school's founding. We also share with those first graduating classes a connection to the field of mathematics. Our bronze mascot, the boar, boldly situated in the art squad, was originally donated by a faculty member in the Department of Pure Mathematics. Students are rumored to this day to still rub its nose for luck, probably as a last-ditch effort when late-night studying turned into late-night downloading of our favorite episodes of this or that. Lastly, our experience is the same in the most central aspect. Each of us leaves here today with a Waterloo Arts degree in our hand, a degree that each of us can be equally proud of due to all the hard work and dedication that we have invested. Each of us has the same amount of potential when we leave here today to do whatever we want with our degrees. We have earned the capabilities from this institution to go out into the world and utilize those arts experiences for all they're worth. To the parents, guardians, and mentors that have contributed to our experience, we owe you our deepest thanks, because without you, we would not be sitting here today. For all the tearful and doubtful phone calls you endured about assignments and exams, for all the times we needed a withdrawal from the bank of mom and dad to spot our groceries or our textbooks, for all the care packages and homemade meals, and for your unwavering support in the good times and bad. When you leave here today, know how much we love and appreciate you for your contribution to our experience. For the friends and roommates we love and love to hate, the ones that are there to celebrate your biggest achievements, like getting into grad school, and all the meaningless student holidays that include everything from costumes to green drinks. The roommates that you'll wonder for years to come who is doing their dishes and taking out their garbage because you're not around have, believe it or not, added to your experience here and are worthy of thanks. My last and greatest thank you belongs to the staff, administration, and most importantly, the faculty. Your commitment to shaping us into academics is by far the largest contribution that anyone could have made to our arts experiences. You gave us extensions, whether we were deserving or not. You called us out in front of the class for being late. You made us read what seemed like the most irrelevant article at the time, only to make your point in lecture, which we missed, making us appreciate you even more for posting the lecture slides online. Through your random tangents and the countless hours you spent waiting in your office for students in need of help to arrive, know that you have passed on your passion for lifelong learning and achievement. Know that because of you, we feel confident and prepared to encounter anything that comes our way as we leave the safety of Waterloo's tall berms. For the class of 2012, today is our last experience together. Sitting here today, you may or may not know what you want to do with your degree. But remember that no matter what, we are linked by our shared experience as arts graduates. Remember that we can all be proud of our Waterloo Arts degree. Think of today and every day after as the day to utilize the potential that our degrees have given us. Most importantly, remember that our degrees signify not the end of our arts experiences, but only the beginning. Congratulations, class of 2012.
So we're just about to start presenting the degrees, but I couldn't resist saying a few words myself because today is really, really a great day. You are about to become graduates from one of the world's premier universities. You have started on a journey of a lifetime by making an excellent choice to come to the University of Waterloo. And all of us at the university have benefited from you being here through getting to know you and through working with you. You have kept our standards high for student achievement, and for that we are extremely proud of you. As Alana pointed out, there's a whole community around you that extends well beyond those of us here at the University of Waterloo. Each of them have played a distinctive role in your journey. So graduates, let the circle be unbroken, and join me in acknowledging your families, if they'd please stand, your friends, your spouses, your grandparents, your parents, your children. Families, please stand. Thank you. And now, Chancellor, I invite to the podium Dean Peers to begin to present the degrees.
Mr. Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Accounting and Financial Management Honors Program. Hector Abulrad Gamaz, Rohit Kumar Agarwal, Furaz Ahmed. Nilofer Ahmed, Ramez Zeb Akhtar, Brianne Allen. Nabil Alvi, Catalina Alina Antonia Angel, Lindsay Rose Apps. Enyunam Badasu, Bubrik Hassan Beg, Stephen John Canis. Alicia Mandy Chelly, Chin Tung Andrew Chan, Cynthia Chan. Darren Jeremy Chan, Ignatius C. Chan, Karen Chan. Samantha Yun Hua Chan, Sandy Chow, Victor Ka Kun Chow. Annie Chen, Bin Chen, Mei Chen. Mandy Yik Man Cheng, also the recipient of the Faculty of Arts for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award in Accounting and Financial Management. Sophie Siyu Chen, Alvin Derek Chung, Candy Sin Ting Chung. Judy Kit Ying Chung, Benjamin Yi Chung Chen, Christine Chong. Teresa Chu, Tiffany King Yu Chow, Patrick Chien Sheng Chung. Robert Wei Chen Chung, Alex Daru, Paul Andrew Dean. Henry DeJong, Christine Dela Cruz, Gregory Anthony DiMaccio. Julie Melissa Demaray, Sandra Dinka, Joelle Christine Finnan. Erwin Kai Man Fung, Ashley Brienne Furlong, Asma Gohar. Yan Gual, Ian Gatwinski, Faizan Hamdani. Yu Hao, Carolyn Elizabeth Harris, Ariel Ka Ying Ho. Rebecca Huang, Mina Christine Huang, Teresa Hui. Jessica Denise Jackson, Parasanya Jivanaracha, Ying Jian Yang. Jing Jing, Andrew Jones, Nikita Katchel. Zain Khan, Dongmin Matthew Kim, Janice Kwan. Janice Hui Wai Lei, Raymond Rong Jing Lai, Jefford Lam. Kelvin Lam, Francis Lanois, Chuck Hank Jonathan James Lau. Janice Law, Patrick H. Lee, Tammy Chi Yin Yan Lee. Hie Nam Leung, Shirley Young, Calvin Carlin Lee. Ivan Yu Hin Lee, Jaiki Lee, Kwakang Calvin Lee. Michael Chuang Yu, Shuk Lam Lo, Stephanie Z. Man Lo. Christopher Brian Locke, Catherine Liu, Wenqian Liu. Daniel Ma, Lucy Ma, Stephanie Ma. Curtis Andrew McDonald, Shivapuran Mahapurnam, Shireen Ayesha Mabu. Ayuya Marin, Asma Zafar Mayan, Peter John Michelle. Murtaza Shahid Mirza, Lavanya Mitranandan, Joanna Hong Man Mo. Clements Wing Z Mock, Sheffield Shun Fu Mock, Aisha Thursa Nakin. Christopher Ng, Christine Erica Ngo, Robert Nguyen. Frank Shi Jiang Pao, Anita Pavkovich, Victor Z. Y. Poon. Natalie Christine Prang, Savdeep Rai, Rathisan Rasataran. Michael Philip Rosenberg, Haryod Veer Singh Saini, Sharjil Mohammed Salim. Nishalini Satanathan, Soni Satyajit, Anik Seth. Nisha Sharma, Tobin Eric Shields, Alina Siddiqui. Ricky Singh, Sajipan Sivasuran, Janica Christella Subramaniam. Olivia Zito, Jocelyn Tai, Adrian Tang. Michelle Tran, Si Ying Tsang, Paul M. van der Zwet. Ashif Varani, Whitney Y. Lei Hua, Meng Wang. Samar Riaz Wani, Scott Douglas Warner, Megan Claire Watt. Emma Kathleen Watts, Michelle Wong, Christy Tong Tong Ji. Ken Jin Yap, Trisha Kwang Sin Young, Boshi Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. I invite Associate Dean Bill Chesney to introduce the next group of graduates.
Mr. Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts 3-year general program. McLean Archibald, Danielle Louise Aucoin, Carrie Ann Bean. Rhonda Lynn Fox, Linda Hillier, Bonnie Yinki Ip. Emma Lee Ann Kellens, Joanne Leclerc, Selena Olivia Leslie Gordon. Po Hang Lung, Abid Manji, Denya Koveri McLean Adyo. Marta Olovska, Anuja Pathmanathan, Matthew Poon. Noura Sheikh, Felicia Sushiki, Rebecca Lynn Swick. Christy Roberta Van Tassel, Daniel Marin Veer, Xiaodan Zhang. Mr. Chancellor, I now present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts, General Program 4-year. Danny Abu Chakra, Shifat Sharman Ahmed, Richard Merle Albrecht. Bilal Amin, Sandra Amorim, Francine Barker. Sarah Barnard, Rohan Bhargava, Gursaran Bilku. Samantha Lee Carr, Sean Carrasco, Greg Chamberlain. Vanessa Ting Ka Chan, Jeffrey Charbonneau, Jason Wen Hao Chen. Jingbo Chen, Matthias Choi, Keith Kin Chung Chu. Arjun Dingra, Arwin Dingra, Warren Dauhanyak. Bethany Ellis, Cody Festa Revan Corpi, Bridget Jerry. Jamie Gran, Cheng Fang Gu, Liana Kamini Harnaran. Nicola Omashwari Harilau, Sarah Hoskins, Alicia Huda. Mohammed Hussein Ali Jaferi, Anli Angela Zhang, Malika Kalaba. Alexander Kyunmin Kem, Omar Kamasa, Evgeny Kryzhanovsky. Kevin Lam, Wing Hong Michael Lam, Ka-Yan Lee. Yona Lee, Alexandra Ludwigs, Sylvie Louis. Pamela McLean, Michael Mandula, Ashley Megan McGilvray. Laura Elizabeth McClellan, Joel Andrew Dale Miskey, Simon Miller. Isadora Mirich, Amanda Gale Moyer, Samantha Muratoff. Emily Mutiani, Graham Nichols, Jennifer Ozols. Anthony Paniculam, Nastasia Sophia Peterson, Violetta Popov. Keegan Frederick Payette, Julie Kwok, Shanta Devi Rampersad. Yasmin Mona Rassam, Andrea Marie Sadnik, Carolyn Ann Sadowski. Joanna Savage, Joshua Taylor, Jamie Van Weinsberg. Pamong Vang, Fontaine Yu, Nyenyi Lan Yu.
Mr. Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Arts Honours Program. Rachel Abel, Afrez Imtaz Arfin, Casey Mitchell Oti. Melissa Monica Ballack, Stephanie Jean Barth, Andrew Robert Basso. Caitlin Bentley, Rhiannon Berthelot, Ekta Bardwaj. Emily Bierman, Corey Blencarn, Luke Joseph Robert Bogdan. Nick Borg, Slajna Bozic, Daniel Ross Brockenshire. Jocelyn Bergman, also the recipient of the Faculty of Arts for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award in Music. Emily Elizabeth Bunnett Jones, Caitlin Sarah Heather Burns, Daniel Corey William Michaelo. Cecilia Kwan Ling Chan, Clement Chan, Lauren Elizabeth Charette. Karsten Cheng, Yuen Tong Kitty Choi, Melinda Chuen Chong. Alicia Christine Cloet, Jennifer Collins, Katie Kuhn. Emily Rose Corner, Anthony Christopher Coughlin, Antoine Jean Dilly. Sarah Elizabeth Cressman, Lauren Michelle Daneman, Kieran Marguerite Darcy. Dinja Domich, Thompson Woolley Duff, Kevin Farugi. Cherie Fawcett, Emily Ann Fraser, Caitlin Ann Freiberger. Stephen Edward Gartshore, Megan Emma Gaynor, Gabriella Gianotta. Brittany Jane Gregario, Rosalind Victoria Gunn, Ziyu Guao. Aditya Gupta, Shichin Hao, Adrian Haldenby. Kashin Hassan, Megan Samantha Hay, Valerie Christine Heaton. Rebecca Henriksen, also the recipient of the Faculty of Arts for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award in Anthropology. Jamie Lees Henderson, Daniel Honor, Kevin Daniel Horn. Mariah Holland, recipient of the Faculty of Arts for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award in Fine Arts. Joanne Amy Horsfall, Andrew Howe, Jihan Huang. Tanzina Huck, Bishoy Ibrahim, Joshua Stephen Jagger. Sean Yonan Jabragas, Megan Jansen, Amanda Lauren Jenkins. Al Kareem Jawani, uWaterloo Joda, Danielle Joseph. Madeline Kerr, also the recipient of the Faculty of Arts for Distinguished Academic Achievement Award in History. Taylor Elizabeth Kirstens, Alina Khan, Andrew Klein. Vincent Kong, Harneet Kaur Kakraja, Angel Kwong. Amanda Manni Law, Zora Yihang Law, Adam Lawler. Adrian Lee, Cami Lee, Cindy Amanda Lee. Jihoon Lee, Jessica Lee, Jian Cheng Lee. Joshua Levy, William Kuo Chun Lee, Rochelle Libby. Arn Ting, Jamie Liu, Andrew Liu, Esther Samwai Liu. Hoi Man, Michelle Louis, Suzanne Luong, Eden Elizabeth Martin. Nikita Ann Martin Rosillo, Tanya Suzanne Matthews, Reed Alexander McCammon. Madeline Justin McCree, Christine Rebecca McQueen, Thomas J. Malati. Richard Moran, Jenna Klassen Moye, Relin Nazareth. Congratulations. Ray Ann S. Neville, Olivia Oi Ling Ing, Rebecca Margaret Norris. Holly Amanda O'Rourke, Onome Osime, Christian David Joseph Pare. Krishna Patel, Kirsten Lane Pauley, Rachel Perrier. Kaylee Joan Tamara Pond, Vanya Popich, Melinda McGregor Poss. Tanim Rahman, Lynette Ramon Segway, Duncan Giles Ramsey. Valerie Patricia Raven Cholette, Kaylee Marie Ribink, Jennifer Rickert. Ewan Alexander Roy, Christine Jeanette Royal, Evgenia Rizikov. Brian Richard Schramm, Elizabeth Catherine Sato, Candace Barbara Saylor. Kang Da Shen, Emmeline Ann Mina Siritsima, Daniel Michael Simpson. Vidya Kiran Singh, Satya Sitnikova, Ken Situ. Lee James Skeen, Alexandra Spazic, Danielle Amanda St. John. Zelja Stanovic, Rebecca Lynn Stanowicz, Sarah Stump. Amaryllis Gar S. Sum, Jennifer Lara Tabar, Priscilla Pui Chi Tam. Katrina Lai Thatch, Sharanya Televisavan, Andy Chow Lung To. Jacqueline To, Deanna Michelle Underwood, Deidre Urbanas. Nathan Marinus Albert Vandermeer, Alana Amelia Ann Vandervoort, Denise Vaz. Katerina Veljovic, Brianna Kathleen Whale, Kyo-Win Sarah Wang. Krista Karen Watson, Taylor Joshua Webley, Wen. Megan Rebecca White, Chantel Chanel Willis, Daniel Kwan Leong Wong. Mary Wong, Krista Woodsworth, Jia Jin Ji. Jana Valeria Zacharias, Spencer Aaron Zimmerman Cryer, Jiqing Zhu. Thank you, Mr. Chancellor. Mr. Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Computing and Financial Management. Otto Derek Cheung, Evan James Dupe, Sanders Fung. Ivan Zhukov, Christy Chit Kit Pao, Kun Jia. Jillian Zhang. This is the end of the Bachelor of Computing and Financial Management.
Mr. Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree of Master of Arts. Andrea Banerjee, Wei Bao, Emilia Henrica Dent. Myri Deneen, Catherine Gullisan, Kevin Hung. Lindsay Jansen, Na Jin, Tian Jin. Sina Kashbaf, Nathan Lau, Michael Lawrence. Graham Brandon Lube Sulis, Roland Robinson, Alicia Cornelia Paul. Raluca Mihaela Tatu, Tracy Wagner Risby, Lin Wang. Wei Wang. Mr. Chancellor, this concludes the list for the candidates for Master of Arts. Mr. Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree of Master of Taxation. Stephanie Bernier, Natalia Blitz, Shauna Bratton. Margaret Chan, Francis Chang, Carrie Hao Yi Chiang. Maria Chekasova, Dana Goldlist, Jamie Herman. Denise Colkin, Wei Fang Lao, Lei Li. Song Liu, Jeffrey Andrew Lobo, Ramin Rezayanina. Matthew Roman, Xiuling Shi, Junjie Su. Craig Swire, Ranjan Tiruchelvan, Sarah Eileen Tira. Qian Wang, Jiajiang Zhu. This concludes the list for the candidates for Master of Taxation. Mr. Chancellor, may I present to you the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Andrew Bauer. David Bauer. Stephanie Bell. Nadia Irina Shalahu. Sheila Margaret Elizabeth Hannon. Charles Nathan Hatton. Miriam Leger. Catherine Albertine McGowan. Catherine Rose. Mr. Chancellor, I now request you to confer in absentia the various and several degrees upon those candidates who were approved by Senate but who were unable to be present at today's convocation.
I confer the degrees in absentia.
Thank you, Mr. Chancellor.
It's now my pleasure to honor yet another one of our faculty members, and it's to give the designation of University Professor, which was approved by the Senate in 2003 to recognize exceptional scholarly achievement and international preeminence of the university's most accomplished faculty members. Mr. Chancellor, I present Professor Francois Paré. Professor Paré received his PhD from the State University of New York in Buffalo in 1977. He taught at the University of Guelph before joining the Department of French Studies at the University of Waterloo in 2003, where he has served as the chair for 8 years. Professor Paré is internationally recognized for his multidisciplinary work on minority and diasporic cultures and their literatures. He's taught me a few new words in my vocabulary today. His writings on the literatures of exiguity have profoundly redefined the study of the interdependent cultures and languages worldwide. He is the author of 8 books, more than 80 chapters and articles, and more than 400 reviews. Professor Paré is also well known for his scholarly work in Renaissance and Quebec literature. His books have been translated into English, Italian, Romania, and Uzbek. He's received many honors, including the Governor General's Award, the Trillium Book Award, the Gabriel Roy Award, the University of Waterloo Distinguished Teacher Award, the Canadian Society of Renaissance Studies, and the Lifetime Achievement Award. He is also a Fellow of the Royal Society of Canada. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of his multidisciplinary work on culture and literature and dedication to the University of Waterloo, I request you bestow the title University Professor upon Professor Francois Paré. Mr. Chancellor, I now invite Renata Rosoniak to announce the name of the winner of the Alumni Gold Medal.
Mr. Chancellor, members of Convocation, ladies and gentlemen, since 1957, nearly 155,000 individuals have graduated from the University of Waterloo. Today, the class of 2012 joins that great assembly as they cross the stage and make the transition from student to alumnus. Graduates, your time as students may be ending, but I hope that your connection to the university will last a lifetime. I urge you to explore the continued opportunities the university offers for you to learn, to grow, and to contribute. In that spirit of connection, Waterloo's alumni are proud to recognize each year those undergraduate and graduate students who have achieved academic excellence, earning the highest average in their faculty. At Spring Convocation, we honor undergraduate students from each faculty, while students in master's and doctoral programs are recognized at the Fall Convocation. To each of these exceptional students, we award the Alumni Gold Medal. This solid gold medal, engraved with the recipient's name and degree, as well as the university's insignia, symbolizes their outstanding efforts. Mr. Chancellor, as a 2001 graduate of the Faculty of Arts and member of the Alumni Council, I am pleased to present to you the 2012 recipient of the Alumni Gold Medal for the Faculty of Arts. She graduated from Victoria Park Collegiate Institute in Toronto and graduates today with a Bachelor of Accounting and Financial Management. Olivia Zetto.
Well, good morning again. I can say good morning. I'm beating it by by 20 seconds. It's so great to have you all here. And before I start my words, let's give a round of applause to our newest class of 2012. Graduates, it's so great to have you all with us today, and those of you who are here to participate in the celebration of their achievements, thank you very much for joining us today. And those of you who couldn't be here for various reasons, and those of you, people who are not with us anymore, we felt their presence here, and I'm sure that they were also cheering for you from wherever they are. This is a significant day. This is actually a very special week. Out of 52 weeks in a year, this is my favorite one. This is the one that I see hard work, investment, effort, frustration, but achievements, they all come to fruition. This is the week that we celebrate your success. And that's fabulous. When I speak to each and every one of you, it's 1/3 of you, by the way, I see a lot of excitement. But what I see most is your confidence. You walk across this platform with full confidence. You're ready to conquer the world. This is absolutely fabulous. And at that time, you probably think that you have learned everything there was to learn from this university. Almost. I'm just going to give you one final but very brief lesson, okay, if I may. I don't get to teach, so that's my only opportunity to do that. I want to leave three thoughts with you. The first one is, be proud of your institution, be proud of your university. This is the institution that started in 1957, so compared to many other institutions, we have a relatively short history. This university started in 1957 with 78 students, with no buildings, with no facilities at all. Today, I'm sure you walk around our campus, you see what's here, but most importantly, 34,000 students you see here. That is fabulous, along with hundreds of Canada geese. Okay. The accomplishments of your colleagues, and that is 155,000 graduates of this university, they have been making a big difference around the world. We expect you to do the same thing. Our university will count on you for our progress, that your success will be our success. So don't forget that you studied at the University of Waterloo, and whatever you do, this was the starting point for you. There's a lot more to be learned, there's a lot more to be done, and as our honorary degree recipient pointed out, there are so many challenges in the world that we're counting on you to be a big part of that solution. Secondly, I want you to be very proud of your own achievements, that you work very hard. I didn't talk to a single student who said that it was so easy, it was a breeze. Everybody said it was hard, it was challenging, but we made it, and we learned a lot as we went through this challenge. The University Senate ensures that your degrees are the ones that you actually earned. In your degrees that you're holding, you will find the signatures. I'm just going to wait this group to walk through. They're just going back to get ready for the reception. Your degrees will have 3 signatures: my signature, your dean's signature, and the registrar's signature. That means that we carefully examined each and every one of the degrees to make sure that it is your degree. And it is indeed your degree. You earned it. You earned it with your hard work, but most importantly, you earned it with your integrity. You made sure that it was your work. We are very proud of this. And thirdly, this university is very proud of your achievements. We have ambitious goals. This university has become one of the best universities in the world because of what we do here, because of what we do with our students and what they learn here and what they do after what they've learned here. It is one of the best universities in the world because of its scholarship and its research and the new knowledge this university creates and what it does with that knowledge. We will continue doing that. We wouldn't be able to do it without you. Your success will enable us to be one of the most successful universities in the world. We are determined to do this. We will be counting on your success, and we will be watching each and every one of you as you make progress in your careers. I can't tell you how proud I was when I was talking to some of you who said, I'm going to cycle across Canada. I'm going to grab my backpack and travel across Europe, and then I'm going to do something else. This is confidence. This is fabulous that you are seeing the world, you're traveling the world, and you are understanding the fact that today nothing we can do here will not be affected by global challenges. Thank you very much for spending 3, 4, 5, I hope not more than 5 years of your life here. Come back here, visit your institution, be connected. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today. Congratulations.